I'm gonna tell you about how I got beat up because of Pokemon when I was like 10 years old. So this is a great story. So when Pokemon cards first came out, I was selling pop and I was selling candy and all sorts of stuff. I was this little entrepreneur. I would get people to pay me $15 to shovel their driveway, and then I paid my two neighbor kids $5 each to shovel the driveway for me. So all the time I was making money and I wasn't doing anything at all, and it was really funny. And so I knew there was gonna be money in Pokemon, so I went to my dad. I asked for $100. I said, like, I gave him a business proposal. I was like, I need $100. I'm gonna go buy all these cards. I'm gonna sell them. And so that's what I did. I went out and bought $100 worth of Pokemon cards right away. And I actually, for like 2 years, I didn't even know how to play it. I never once played through the game, the card game. I was just always preoccupied. Anytime there was people playing Pokemon, I was making money. So I got all the list off, and the Charizard at the time was worth $35, the foil.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Right, and so I had a lot. At one point I had 7 Charizards because I kept buying up and trading up for value. And so I'm one street over, there's like a round court, and I've got a little table set up beside the Lemonade Girl, and I'm selling my Pokemon cards. And kids are going like batshit crazy. There's like 40 kids buying cards from me, and they're all buying their energy cards and the things they need from me real cheap. And everyone wants these foils. I sold my Blastoise, I sold my couple Charizards. I had 3 left, and this little girl, she was young, like 9 years old. I was maybe 11, 12, but she was young. She was like 9 years old. She comes out and she really wants the Charizard, and I say, well, yeah, it's $35. It's the official price. So I'm selling a couple more cards, and all of a sudden she comes running out of the house with a 50 in her hand. And I'm like, well, I gotta give her the Pokemon, right? So I give her 15 bucks change. I give her the Charizard, and that's it. Like, she's happy, everything's cool. So about 45 minutes goes by. This guy comes out with this crumpled up card in his hand. Huge ass guy. Guy was like 6'4".
No.
Right. He had crumpled it. He smushed it all up, and he's so mad. And I wasn't screwing people. I got the official prices off the Magic Gathering. What, the company that did that? What was the company that did Pokemon cards?
Wizards.
Wizards had the price list on their website. So I had the Wizards Coast price list. And this guy comes out and he throws this crumpled up card to me that's just destroyed. He says, did you sell this to my daughter? And I said, yeah. He says, did you sell this to my daughter for $35? And I said, yeah, it's actually worth $36.80. So I feel like I gave her a bit of a deal. And I'm like fixing my pretend tie and like sitting up straight when I say this, you know? And this guy says, you know my daughter just took that money from my wallet. And I said, I wouldn't know anything about that, sir. And he says, give me my fucking money back. And I said, hey man, listen, let me see that card. And I made him pick it up. And I wasn't gonna pick it up. So he handed it to me, and I said, well, you know, in this card in its current condition, it was a mint when I sold it to her, and in its current condition, I could maybe at most get $15 for this. And this guy just flipped his lid. So he basically picked me up by the neck and just pummeled me straight through. Boom! And sent me back like 5 feet. And there's a bunch of kids around. Everyone's freaking out. This old guy's now beating up this kid over a Pokemon card. And like everyone around me knew I was in the right. Like this guy just didn't understand the concept of this stuff, the value of these things.
And the fact that he's an adult beating up a child.
I was like 11 years old. Oh, it was
35 bucks.
Oh, right. I was trying to give him back 15 bucks, but So then the neighbor's dads come out and like dummy tackles this guy, like just running tackles this guy, takes him out, elbows this guy in the face a couple times, holds him down, and then goes and gets my dad. And like no, you don't get to beat up kids on the street. That's not allowed.
No.
So then my dad then walked me back over there and knocked on the front door. And like my dad was always a pretty cool guy. Like, you know, he was a pretty calm guy. He kept his shit together. And this guy opens his door, and my old man,
Yep.
dummies him right on his porch. Don't fucking hit a kid ever again. And we walked away with him laying on his porch with his wife looking at him going, oh my God. But everybody knew why.
Yep.
And nothing ever happened because of it. But yeah, I got beat up once and he got beat up twice. Yeah.
Well, that was good business for you.
Pokemon Go. That was my very first Pokemon story.
Wow.
Oh man, you guys are
Even
killing
with
me.
violence, you're still making a profit.
Still not.
You guys, you're still
I kept the card and the 35 bucks.
That's great.
Motorcycles Vancouver.